Can you do this? I'm using this one. Okay. Hi, thank you for that awesome induction Dan set up. Much appreciated. I've been planning this speech for a good 8 years, and the only thing I had planned was I knew I was going to have to bring a box of tissues up here. So, plan one, done. Thank you, everyone, for welcoming me into the Hall of Fame. I tried to hire Danny Perez to write my Hall of Fame speech for me. He refuses to write a speech shorter than 45 minutes, so that was out. Dan, I can't believe that I'm one of the first people to be inducted into the Hall of Fame under your leadership with our region. It's an honor to be inducted by you, and I am grateful for your leadership. Thank you for all that you've done so far for our region. I know that you are a new region manager, but you're not a new region leader. You've been leading our region since I started, and long before that. So thank you for inducting me to the Hall of Fame, because it's really special to me that you got to do that. So thank you. I did not take your advice, Evan Keller. I'm going with most important last, and I should have written the top after I sought your advice, because you're right, this is pure folly. While I was reflecting on why this achievement is so exciting and important to me, man, it's like the paparazzi over there. You know, Deanna's filming it, family. You can just enjoy this. We can go on safari and everyone's watching the lions through the camera, right? Slush. I was reflecting on why this achievement is so exciting and important to me, and I realized it's more than just selling $1 million Cutco. I've been fortunate enough to grow up in the business with a few price changes and CPO adjustments, so I don't know if I sold more than $1 million or less than $1 million, or I think some of our millions might be weighted, but I'm happy to be part of the club either way. The prestige and honor comes from joining an elite group of people that have blazed trails and succeeded before me, and it's really a privilege to join a group of women and men that are recognized by the company as the best in their class, so I'm honored to be a part of this group. Moreover, the root of the importance to Hall of Fame for me is achieving a career milestone at the age of 28 as a woman. It's an interesting time right now to be a woman in business, to be a woman in America, and to be a woman in general. And I'm really proud to be a businesswoman, and I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the incredibly powerful and strong women in this room and in our company for leaning into their careers and supporting the other women that they do business with. I know for a fact the top women inductor use each other as a resource and to grow and achieve and inspire each other. And I'm incredibly proud to be a part of this group of women. I don't take that for granted. To Vector Marketing, thank you for hiring women at the same rate that you hire men. To all of our managers, thank you for seeing the value that women can bring to your organizations. For the men who are here in a supporting role, thank you for leaning into our careers equally with us. Your support shows other men that women in leadership is acceptable, and needed. And I want to acknowledge you for that, so thank you. And while I'm at it, I better thank my clients before I forget about them, because I know they're all going to see this video. To anyone who's purchased a Cutco knife, to my real estate clients and partners and people in Southern California and Seattle who have championed me and championed my gift business and championed me in my success, I thank you very, very much. I could not be in business without you. We have such a culture of an abundance, especially up in Seattle, and I really love serving you and your businesses, so thank you for helping me achieve this milestone. By the way, I have a binder clip, and it literally says, "Get it together" on the clip. So it's a little reminder not to lose it too soon. Evan Keller, love you, hate your jersey right now. Congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. I'm really honored to share this milestone with you on this weekend. You're a true champion in our business, and I actually know I'm friends with a lot of people that you're friends with, and your friendship is something that we should all strive to emulate. You're a class act, and congratulations on your induction. I realized as I was writing my talk that I'm thanking leaders, right? All the people here that I'm thanking are leaders, and they brought me up in the business. And I used to think that I used to think of the leadership structure as like one leader, and then there was like a bunch of people that were being led under the leader. And actually, I learned this as I was writing my talk and reflecting. This is a limited view of leadership, because as I look at my closest friends in the room, they are also leaders. And I see that we lead others, but we also lead each other. And there's no limit to how many leaders an organization can have, and this room is a testament to that. So for those of you that are sitting here watching me give this talk, well, you're next if you haven't given it yet, but there's so much room for you to grow within our company and find different avenues and really lead, whether you're a new person striving to succeed and you're going to lead your other new peers, or if you've been around for a while and you really have the opportunity to affect change in a positive way. We can all be leaders in this room, and I think that that's valuable. I'm only going to thank the people that are physically here today, because those of you who aren't here watching this speech, I want to thank you all, but everyone wants to continue on with their day as well. So thank you, if you're not here, for your contribution to my career. Honorable mentions go to Dave Bush, Loretta Diciano, Tony Carlson, and John Kane and Steve Korzak. You guys, your love and your dedication to programs that fuel my career is immeasurable, and there's no way to put a value on it. And I would not be standing up here if it weren't for the people that I just mentioned. So thank you for your commitment to Petco and to Vector. Tanya Starkle, my little Tanny Pants. I love our friendship and all the projects that we collaborate on. You're a badass, and I'm lucky to call you my friend. I love that you're my Tanny Pants and that I'm your Smarty Pants. It's a good thing we got going. To the Western Region office, Gilbert, Sarah, Leslie, Tom, thank you. You guys do 100% of the work and don't ask for recognition. And I see 0.00001% of the work that you do, but I am affected 100% by it in a positive way. And I just want to say thank you in front of everyone. I also wrote you a card that I've been meaning to give you guys for like a good 48 hours, so it basically said the same thing. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. It's awesome being in the region when you guys are running it, so thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're good. First Goodman, our fearless leader. Thanks for being here all weekend. It is fun to see you around all weekend long. And thanks for coming to the academy. That was awesome. I know that the last few years in Vector have been turbulent and at times trying. And I never doubted the outcome of our region and our company because I knew that you were at the helm. And when I branched in 2010, you gave a talk at SMC. You shared with us the story about how you had these trees in your yard that you were trying to get rid of, and it was expensive to remove, so you thought that maybe if you poured poison in the stumps, that it would work. But what happened is all these little seedlings popped up the next day, and he had to pay twice as much just to get the same trees removed. I have never forgotten that lesson, and that has really helped guide the decisions that I made in my new business up in Seattle. And I frequently think of, well, I could pour poison on this, and it could be harder tomorrow, or I could just dig in and do the hard thing now and only do it once. So thank you for your leadership, and thanks for that talk, because it probably saved me a lot of money this year. To the Western Region DPMs, and now our region manager, Dan Casetta. Gosh, what an incredible group we have leading our region. Let's just give them a round of applause for their leadership. To our DVMs and new region manager, thank you for respecting people in your divisions equally. Thank you for promoting women to assistant manager and district manager equally, and for encouraging growth amongst everyone in your organizations. I'd like to especially recognize what a class act you all are. You're family men, and you set a positive example for the people watching you in and out of the business, and I respect you immensely for that. Because it could be a totally different picture of successful young people making decisions who are good friends, and consistently you lead inside and outside of our business, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for your leadership. Oh, I think Bruce Early. Thanks, Bruce Goodman. Ryan Casey, yes, you're putting you on the spot. I believe that good things come to those people who wait, and I am so glad I had to be patient to find a division that functions normally and that I got to settle into, because now I get to appreciate how fun and awesome it is to be in a division with a DVM that I respect and that I enjoy being in the business with as much as I respect you. Last year you read the giving tree to us at KOC, and you are the giving DVM. A rep comes and asks you for help, and you give whatever you have, branches, apples, and skills, advice, support. Your family comes to you, and you give them whatever you can give them, and you embody the story of the giving tree with your commitment to other people's success. Nope, too early. We're not crying. By the way, I said thank you to Sharissa Souza and Jesse and TC at breakfast, and I started crying, so I knew this was going to happen. You brought Leah up in the business. She brought me up. Evidence of your leadership is all over this room and this company. And when I told you I was moving to Seattle, you welcomed me with open arms, trip around Capitol Hill, sushi, whiskey bar. They don't serve whiskey there, it's a joke. When I moved there, you spent countless hours on your rooftop with me, helping me come up with ways to build and develop my business. I remember when I told you one of my biggest fears or limiting beliefs, and I'm not sure if this was like a genius moment in your leadership or if you were genuinely laughing at me, but you laughed out loud and you were like, "You're afraid of that?" Thank you for teaching me how to laugh in the face of fear, because that was one of the things I was worried about, and it turned out to be nothing. Fast forward a year later, and I finished up my best year ever in its own category, and thanks for supporting me on this journey. It allows me to dream big, knowing that I have you supporting me and backing me up and championing me in my success. I sleep at night because I know that I have your support, and it means a lot to me. Lastly, to Casey, and KGC, thank you for including me in your family events. Thanks for taking me to Seahawks games and for inviting me over and for including me in Kayla's life. We have such a fun, good thing in Seattle together, and I really enjoy being a part of it. So thank you for including me. And thanks for including my sister. We love her too. I do. All right, LA County Fair team. You're in the room everywhere. Thank you. Being your leader was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I miss being your leader. My liver does not. You guys are killing it. I'm really glad that I could lead in the way that I did and that you have taken it to the next level. I only get to be at the fair now on Facebook, but I love seeing you succeed, and I don't take credit for your success anymore, but I share in your pride. Leah Eliopoulos. Shoot, girl, I totally hit the jackpot in getting you as my friend. I love our friendship, and I'm so glad we're friends. I remember, this is a funny story, walking into a fair and show meeting that we had planned, and the walls were orange. And we didn't know what to do, because the walls all of a sudden were painted orange in that office. It was overnight. So what did we do? We took a few selfies, and then we set to work to save our fair and show teams from the dangers of home security. Thank you for your support and your friendship. And orange may be the new black, but it will never be the new blue. And I'm so excited for you and Tyson this year, and I am just grateful to be a part of your life. Thank you for bringing me up in the business. Marissa, I can't believe you're here. I mean, I can totally believe you're here, but thank you for being here. Every time I set out to write this speech to thank you, I mean, this is the best Cutco groupie you guys will ever know. She visits me at the fairs, she brings me food, she catches up with everybody. She shows up and she gives more people hugs than I do. She has more people in this room than I do. Thank you. College and life is more fun with you in it. And every time I hear waka waka my hey, I think of our time in Dubai, sleeping in a sofa pull-out bed with 2 other girls, just trying to like have a good time and travel, and I just appreciate your friendship. Okay. Doing good. Austin. Where's Austin? You shine bright like a diamond, Austin. That wasn't even written in my talk. Thank you for your leadership. Keep kicking tail. I cannot wait to see you be successful in our division, and your success is going to blow up our division, and I'm excited to be part of that with you. Deanna. Hey, Deanna, look at this video. Watch this video, Deanna. I know you're trying to watch my speech, but watch this video. So every time Deanna and I have ever set up a fair show booth in the history of ever, I will be like sweating my tail off, kind of cranky, trying to get this booth together, and she'll be like, oh my gosh, you have to see this video. Right now, we're trying to get this booth set up. So, love you. I remember working with you at the Ventura County Fair and really getting to know you. I sold my first Homemaker +8 for retail price, because I didn't know they were fair and show prices. It was my first shift ever. And then I didn't have a business card, so I wrote my number on your business card. And then the customer called you the next day, and you told him that I charged him too much, so he canceled the order. It's really a miracle we're friends. I know, I've been actually holding that through this talk. I actually don't remember when we became friends, but I don't ever remember not being your friend. I actually don't know what I did. So lucky to have a friend in you. I don't know what I've done in the world to have that karmic power to get a friend like you. I am so grateful that you are one of my best friends. You are kind, you are smart. I have to look at you, you're kind. And really great at selling knives. You're really badass at selling knives, girl. From fairs to Victoria's Secret fashion shows, every year we have a Skype date, we watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show together, so we go to the gym. To including me and your family Thanksgivings and Easters when I lived down here. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. You and Chuck have been there for me in so many ways, and I hope that one day I get the opportunity to show the same grace and kindness that the 2 of you have shown me. Also, congratulations on winning Silver Cup. This is a little selfish, but I'm really glad you won Silver Cup, because whatever you do in the business, I usually do like 2 or 3 years later. So 2020 is going to be a great year.
Get it, girl.
I love you from Paso Robles and back. And this is just the beginning for us, because remember, we need to be so rich that we can sit at the country club and check out the hot tennis instructors while our teams do all the hard work, which is now Chuck, so that's great. Thank you for your love and your support and for bringing me up in the business. Stud Thomas. If you were married to my best gal pal, we would still be friends. You're fun, you're funny, and if I ever need a dose of realness, I just know where to go. Just call Chuck Thomas. You're actually Chuck Spartino in my phone.
Normal.
I love our Top Gear and breakfast burrito dates. They're still one of my favorite things.
Okay.
And now it's the Grand Tour on Amazon. You guys should watch it. Show cars. I love that I can call you and ask advice about guys, and your response is usually, dude, this should not be an issue. You need to dump this guy right now. After my dad, Chuck, you are the best role model for a husband that I've ever had. You treat your wife with the kind of love and respect that every woman deserves. Thank you for setting the bar so high that I'm still single. Which is why I'm officially delegating my dating to you. You let me know when you have a few good ones lined up, and I'll go on some dates and tell you which one I choose. You can be my husband broker from here.
We'll start swiping now, huh?
Remember, 16 tall, gainfully employed,
Right, got it,
educated,
okay,
no rules. Jokes aside, thank you for empowering me in business and in life to succeed. I love you, and I'm our friends. Michelle. Okay, here we go. I got this. You guys, I don't even need to use this yet. It's like Trent Booth said a couple weeks ago, in spite of everything, we are still here. And you have been on this journey with me the longest, since day one. I remember walking into training and loving your shoes. They're still good. I knew then that we were going to be friends. How lucky I was to be able to come out and hang out with you between classes and experience Vector the true, authentic way, going to school, coming to the office, coming to lunch, going back to class. From selling to conferences to your babies and our adventures as a legitimate gift business. Good thing that worked out. I can't imagine doing this without you. Thanks for playing office with me every single day. So far, so good. And God had a plan the day He put 2 all-girls school alumnas in a Vector office and told them to kick ass. And if this whole thing was so that I would gain you as a friend, then it was 100% worth it. You're the first person I told about Seattle, and you stayed on the phone with me for 3 hours to talk it through and weigh my options, because that's the kind of friend that you are. Our friendship and our working relationship has allowed me to live the life that I want at such a young age, and I'm grateful for you beyond measure. Thank you for our friendship. To my Vector tribe of women, Deanna, Leah, Katie Haney, Sarah Mashburn, Tanya Starkle, Alicia Anderer, Colleen Rippey, Chelsea Bates, Michelle, Lori, Jessie Wright, and my sister, Groupie, and Marissa, she's also a groupie. Thank you. Behind every woman is a group of stronger women raising her up and supporting her and helping her lean into her career and to her life. Thank you for leaning in with me daily. To the young women in this room who maybe haven't given this speech yet or won a push trophy yet, I'm the youngest member of this tribe of women, and I've been here a while. They've been my friends for a while. I challenge you, I ask the room, I ask who's watching, who's next in these women who's gonna come up and kick so much tail that you cannot be ignored? Who is next to join our tribe of masterminding successful women? Because we want to include you. We will champion your success. We invite you to be successful. We want to see you succeed. Well, me? Yeah. Was hast du gemacht? To my grandmother who's here today, you are everything a girl could possibly ask for in a grandmother. You're fun, you're wise, you've seen the world, and you have the biggest heart. I have so much fun with you when we get together, from our movie dates to our champagne happy hours. Spending time with you makes me so happy. We've never lived in the same town, but I've never felt like you were far away. You've always been really involved in our lives and our success, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for cheering me on and supporting my journey. So there's a funny story about my grandmother. She bought my 3rd homemaker +8. She didn't like the look, so we had to put it in trays. And she called my grandpa to tell him, and he was like, why didn't you just give her the money? Because that's just how he is, very supportive of the Petco career. And every time I talk to her, are you still selling those knives? People still buy those knives? It's so amazing. But you know who gets their own spatula spreader when you go to breakfast at grandma's? Everybody, because she has enough spreaders that everyone gets their own spreader. So thank you, Omi, for supporting my career in the way that you know how. I really appreciate it. Mom, thank you for making me go to training. So when I got the job, I called my mom and I was like, hey Mom, I got the job, but it's the knives, I'm not doing that. And she was like, oh, no. They give scholarships, that's a good company, they give sales training, you're going. I don't care if you never sell a knife, you're sitting through that training. I kid you not, that doesn't happen. And I was like, Mom, fine, I'll go. You knew that I had to buy my own sample kit, and you let me use half of my monthly allowance that month to buy my sample kit. I was so broke for the rest of the month. But that was the best investment I've ever made in myself. So thank you, Mom, for making me go to training. Thank you for inspiring me to follow my dreams and supporting the realization that Cutco fulfills many of my career goals and my lifetime goals and dreams. Thank you for encouraging me to think bigger outside of Vector and to look for more opportunities with what I do. It's safe to say I have the Raven family business gene. And I'm so glad that I grew up watching you go to work and earn a living as a mother. For many of the women in our family circles, going to work full-time was not necessary. Thank you for having the guts to run the family businesses from a small town where your kids could grow up in the most amazing place in the world. I don't have kids yet, but I work every day to create a business that will support myself and my future family. Thank you for sending me to St. Mary's. I know that was 12 years ago, but it still remains my #1 lifetime experience. And thanks for flying out here to see my Hall of Fame. Dad. Yeah, you're next. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell everyone the time that you had to put underwear in a brown paper bag and bring it to volleyball practice when I was 15. As a woman, I'm so grateful to have a dad that is present in my life, in our lives, the way you are. You've been so actively engaged in our lives. Annalise and I are so lucky. You're my favorite feminist. I think about your story and I'm so proud to be your daughter. You guys, at 19, my dad came to this country with $400 in his pocket to go to college. He arrived in San Diego for school and he got a job washing dishes at the school cafeteria to earn enough money to pay for his expenses outside of tuition. When I asked him about this experience, he said, I was happy as I could be. I had an opportunity. His family couldn't afford to send him, but he came anyway in search of an opportunity. Flash forward 40 years, and you're the owner of a CPA firm in the most gorgeous city with amazing friends. You're a picture of the American dream, and I'm really proud to be your daughter. Thank you for encouraging me to keep going when I think that I can't go any further. Okay, I get it. Tissues win. You're the first person I told that I was thinking about moving to Seattle, and you practically packed my bags for me so I could go visit. When I'm stressed about my business and worried about how I'm going to solve a problem or pay for something, you always calm me down and say, don't worry, honey, you'll be okay, because we always land on our feet. That phrase has carried me through, especially this last year, starting a new business in a new city. When I was younger in the business, I was trying to qualify for like the company trip or the All-American Scholarship or something, I don't even remember. And I called you so frustrated that I hadn't hit my goal for the day and that I was just annoyed that I even had to go to my last appointment. And you said, just relax and have fun. If you're not having fun, there's no point. And you didn't know this, but in Vector, we have this phrase that's like, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. I sold a Galley 6 and I qualified for my contest because all I did was walk into that appointment, ready to have some fun. I get a lot of credit for the Raven side of the family business, entrepreneurial spirit, but I don't think the Posey side gets enough credit. You are persistent and I admire your stick-to-itiveness. Dad, thanks for being my biggest supporter and cheerleader. I love making you proud. Thank you for being here today, Dad. I told you were going to cry, but I don't think that I think I lied.
Literally bawling.
To my sister, you are my favorite person, plain and simple. I have no idea how lucky I got to have you as my sister. Especially because I don't know that I was always very nice to you when we were little. So the fact that you like me now is like a total universal win. Having you as a sister, as my sister, makes my life complete. You are the best travel buddy and adventure pal. By the way, so when Dan was announcing, like, she gets to go to Europe or whatever, my sister leans over and goes, have we taken that trip yet? Truth is, we tried to go to Cuba and Hurricane Matthew happened, so we're going to try again. But from to random Mexico adventures, from sister dates to Starbucks and Nordstrom, and our Seattle Seahawks viewing games. I love Seahawks. Love spending time with you. You've made me the happiest sister by choosing to move to Seattle. And as time goes on, I know you're going to settle into your role at Seattle Children's, and I really hope that it's everything that you want and more. Also, thanks for moving only 6 minutes away. Clutch. Love it. I'm so proud of you and your accomplishments. By 24 years old, my sister had 2 bachelor's degrees, one from Boston University and one from Johns Hopkins University, the School of Nursing, which is the #1 nursing school in the country. We value success and hard work in this company, and you are the epitome of that. Your work ethic and dedication to your goals inspires me to keep going and reach higher. You may be the younger one, but I look up to you. You're so kind and compassionate, and when people meet you, you leave them feeling whole and refreshed. Everyone who meets you instantly loves your positivity. Thank you for being my sister. Thank you for contributing to our sisterhood. There's a difference between having a sibling and having a sisterhood, and we have a sisterhood, and I love that. Thank you. In closing, thank you, Vector, for fostering positivity and growth. The relationships that we have in our company and the culture of fostering positivity is invaluable and cannot be found elsewhere. I was told after I left my all-girls high school that there are no friends like the friends you make at St. Mary's Academy. And I was like scared to leave St. Mary's. I was like, man, I'm never gonna have friends as good as these. That's simply not true. I'm pleased to say that there are no friends like the friends from St. Mary's, and there's no family like the family from Vector Marketing. Thank you for this opportunity, Vector. I will strive to continue to make you proud. Thank you.